والأرض مدنية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة إنك غفور رحيم اللهم
Hazreti Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerinin aziz, pak, münevver, mutahhar ruh şeriflerine salavat-ı şerife getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âl-i ezvacı, tahiret evladı Resul-i Sabbin Efendilerimizin sair enbiya-i zam ve Resulü fihan hazirat-ı erbâ şeriflerine Pirimiz Bilal-i Habeş radıyallahu anh Efendimizin mihmandar-ı Resul-i Kibriya Eyüp Sultan Halid bin Zeyd Ebu Eyyub el-Ensar radıyallahu anh Şah Mürşidan Şeyh Hacı Muhammed Bahadi Şakri Naksibendi el-Buhari Mevlana Celaleddin el-Rumi Mevlana Ziyaddin el-Halid el-Bağdadi SahibulSaif Kıbletül-İslam Şeyh Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adel el-Hakkani Kaddesallahu esraruhum hazirat-ı ervahı için Hadimül Harameyn-i Şerifeyn Yavuz Sultan Selim Han Ebu'l-Feth vel-Meazi Fatih Sultan Mehmet Han ve Serdar-ı Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan Firdevs-i Aşiyan haziratın ervahına ve amn-ı inayetine alel-husus bu caminin banisi sahibel-hayrat vel-hasenat SahibulSaif Abdulkerim el-Kibrisi Rabbani Hazretlerinin ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş imam, müezzin, kayyım cemaatinin ve kahve ehli imanın ervahı için Allah rızası için el-Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen-nebî. Ya eyyühellezîne âmenû sallû aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli alâ seyyidina Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La
Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillahi rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmadullah Teala ve nastağfiru ve eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh نشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده وحبيبه ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأزواجه وصحبه بخلفاء الراشدين المهديين من بعده وزلمتي على تحقيق عز منهم علامتي خلفاء الرسول على تحقيق أمراء المؤمنين حضرة أبو بكر وعمر عثمان وعلي وعلى باقي الصحابة التابعين رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين. يا أيها المؤمنون الحاضرون اتقوا الله تعالى واتقوا الله مع الذين اتقوا الذين هم محسنون. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ya Allah, Ya Malikul Mulk, Lord of power and rule. You give power to whom you please, and you take power away from whom you please. You honor whom you please, and you humiliate whom you please. In your hand is all good. Verily, you have power over all things. You cause the night to pass into the day, and you cause the day to pass into the night. And you bring forth the living from the dead, and you bring forth the dead from the living. And you give rizq to whom you please without any accounting. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of the Messengers, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. He alayhi salatu wasalam said, send salawats to me on Jummah. Send a lot of salawats on me because it is the day of the presence of angels for witnessing. On this day, the angels present themselves in my court. And definitely when any of you read salawat for me, before he has even finished that salawat, it reaches to my court. And the Prophet ﷺ also says, truly the best of your days is Jummah. Adam ﷺ was created on it and he passed away on it. The trumpet will be blown on that day and the shout will go out on that day. Therefore send a lot of salawats to me because your salawats are presented to me. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Nabil Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Ya Allah, send peace and blessings upon our Master Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, the unlettered Prophet, and upon his family and his companions. May peace and blessings be upon the Chariyar, the four friends, the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the ulama of taqwa and upon the righteous awliya, especially upon the mashayikh of our most distinguished Nakshibendi way. May peace and blessings be upon our khulafa and umara, especially upon the sultans of the Devlet al-Aliyah, the Ottoman sultans, the padishahs who protected the amanat of the Holy Prophet and guarded the sunnat and protected the ummah, and upon all those who honor them until the last day. O believers, Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, we are in the end of times, the ahir of the ahir zaman. The world is spinning, but the world is now spinning out of control. And the people inside the world are spinning outside and out of control. Everywhere we look, we see darkness and chaos and disobedience to Allah. Our murshid, our master, SahibulSaif is saying, we are the ummah of Ahir Zaman, Ahir of Ahir Zaman, the end of times. We are that nation. We reach completely to the end. There is nothing between ourselves and Qiyamah, Judgment Day. From the beginning of Adam alayhi salam, coming creation, to the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in his calendar, he is only giving 7 days to this world. Mankind has no patience, but in the presence of Allah is only 7 days. Each day worldly is 1,000 years. We reach the end of 7,000 now. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created is coming to an end. Everything has beginning and end, from man to jinn and everything in creation, and this world has reached to the end too. This world was here before Adam alayhi salam. Allah created this world way before, but has given time for this world too. This world is reaching to the end, and we are the nation that's reaching completely to the end of the time of this world. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, Islam began gharib, strange, and is going to end strange. And he says that his blessings and his rahmat, mercy to those ones that are reaching to this Ahir Zaman. They are going to be strange amongst the people. He says, keep that way. Don't drop it. If you do, you will drop your faith. He ﷺ says, when you reach to those days, you will see that there will be no peace anywhere. There will be confusion everywhere in the east, west, north, and south. There will be very few people trying to stay in the Siratul Mustaqim, and the majority of the people will be following their ego's desires, and they will run after worldly activities only. Everything is going to turn bad and dirty. This is the age that we are living in. An age when almost all of mankind has entered into the slavery of shaitan. Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil al-Hakkani is describing the state of mankind today, saying, O our brothers and sisters, beware of shaitan. He is ordering you to be obedient to his orders, not to be obedient to anyone else. Saying, I am teaching you so many things, but you must work for me, not anyone else. I am your teacher, teaching you secret powers. Therefore, you must be my obedient servant, no one else's. Today's people are saying to shaitan, we surrender to you. As you like. We are under your command. We obey you. You are our Lord. This prevents people from saying to Allah, you are our heavens and you are our creator, and we are under your mercy and you are heaven for us. And as long as people are making shaitan their biggest obedience center, never-ending crisis will go on from east to west, north to south. And the words of the friends of Allah speak the truth. People want to talk about shirk. This is shirk. Replacing Allah as the one you obey with shaitan, this is shirk. This is a shirk that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning about in the heart of the Quran in Surah Al-Yasin, when He Jalla wa Ala says, didn't I take an oath from you, O children of Adam, that you would not serve and worship shaitan? Look, he is an open enemy to you. And didn't I take an oath from you that you should serve and worship only me? This is the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Sadaqallah al-Azim. When mankind is making shaitan as their Lord, when mankind refuses to obey Allah, to listen to the warnings of Allah, to listen to the representatives of Allah, then that man is by definition is obeying shaitan. And the awliya Allah are teaching us that when a man obeys shaitan, when a man takes on shaitanic characteristics, then he becomes related to shaitan. The SahibulSaif is saying, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam, as soon as he looked at Adam alayhi salam, he looked at Maqam in Mahmud. The shaitan is saying, this just fits to him, the Maqam al-Mahmud. This just fits to him, to Adam alayhi salam. The throne is just for him, not for me. He knew. Shaitan knew the knowledge right away. So he said, all this time, I have been worshipping with the aim of winning this. And now it's coming to zero for this one. He was keeping hasad. He was jealous of Adam alayhi salam. Because he was jealous and proud, he was angry. Proudness and jealousy made him to become angry, and he committed the wrongdoing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, make sajda. He said, no. Allah said, no. And then shaitan became stubborn. So now the stubbornness, anyone who is stubborn, there are the four characteristics of shaitan. If a man is carrying these four, then he has inherited four secrets from shaitan. His appearance is of human, but his actions and everything is shaitanic. They are proudness, anger, stubbornness, and jealousy. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, there is no shafa'at for these four characteristics. And he said that every man in their nature, in the way they are born, every man they have them. Those are the characteristics of the ego, and you have to work on it. You have to pound on it. You have to knock it down to finish it. Otherwise, that overtakes you. And when that overtakes you, under the name of worshipping Allah, you are worshipping your ego. The awliya Allah, they speak the truth. They speak haqq, and they speak directly, and they cut to the heart of the matter. If you have pride, anger, stubbornness, and jealousy, you have inherited from shaitan. These are not characteristics that you can work on your own. These are not characteristics that you can watch videos and you can read books and you can read the Quran and you can go up and down and it will leave from you. For you to get rid of these four characteristics, you have to have a shaykh. You have to have a guide who is going to guide you every day of your life. So according to the law, who do you inherit from? Your relatives, your father. So once you become dominated by these four characteristics, you become a child of shaitan. You become shaitan. Minal jinnati wan nas. Sadaqallahu al-azim. Allah is warning us in the last ayat of the Holy Quran, warning mankind to protect themselves from the shaitan who are from the jinn and from the mankind. You become a shaitan but in human form. May Allah save us. May Allah save us from that. Everything will run away from you that time. Even Holy Prophet ﷺ, Akramul Haq, he will not save you at that time because you have become shaitan's slave until you turn around. You are no longer the servant of shaitan. You are no longer the servant of Allah. You are the servant of shaitan. But what is the origin of shaitan's disobedience? He was like this or like that, serving Allah for unknown ages before the creation of Adam alayhi salam. He went to war with his own kind who was disobedient, and he punished his nation for the sake of Allah. He worshipped until he rose to the heavens and he taught the lower angels. But what brought him from being Azazil to being Shaitan al-Rajim? The burning jealousy and envy and anger and the bitterness that he felt to Adam alayhi salam, to Hazrat Insan, that burning, it burned any good that he ever did. And for the inheritors of shaitan, that same burning will destroy us. Are we understanding the danger? Are we understanding the danger of being the inheritors of shaitan? It is disaster. Last week we read the dua of Hazrat Ali Karamallah Wajha for Rajab. In that dua he said, Ya Rabbi, don't let the outcome of my life's work be disappointment and regret. Meaning, don't let me to be working so hard all my life, and at the end of my life all I see is disappointment and regret. For the slaves of shaitan, they may be doing the best work. They may be praying, fasting, making the hajj, doing everything for everyone. But the outcome of their lives' work will be disappointment and regret. Rasulullah ﷺ said, do you know who the bankrupt person is? The people said, the person with no money or no wealth. That person is bankrupt. He ﷺ then said, the bankrupt person from my ummah is the one who will come on Judgment Day with fasting and prayer and zakat. He will come on Judgment Day with prayer and fasting and zakat, but he will come having insulted a person, slandered a person, stealing the wealth of a person, shedding the blood of a person, and beating a person. So they will all be given some of his good. And when his good runs out, before judgment is passed, those people's sins will be taken and put on him. So he will be pushed into the fire. The inheritors of Shaitan, they are zalim. They are oppressors. They are cruel. They are tyrant. Zulm in Arabic, it actually means darkness. And Shaitan and the people of Shaitan, they are always surrounded by darkness. They don't see any peace or any light. And their fate on Qiyamah will be darkness. Because Holy Prophet ﷺ said, beware of zulm. Because oppression will be darkness, zulumat, on the day of judgment. And that darkness, it doesn't come from anywhere except from themselves. Their stubbornness pulls the curse of Allah and His Prophet upon themselves. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, the most hated person in the sight of Allah is the stubborn opponent. And Hazrat Ali Karamallah Wajha said, the person who rides on the horse of stubbornness will be exposed to curse. This is the month of Rajab, Allah's month. During this month, it is our job to clean ourselves up from this kind of curse. Rajab is the month to pull the mercy of Allah, not to challenge Him with our disobedience. And the greatest means to disobedience, and the greatest means to obedience, the straightest path to safety, it is through the connection and sohbat of a living guide. And whoever abandons this way, he is on the way of Shaitan. Hazrat Bayazid Bistami says, whoever has no Shaykh, his Shaykh is Shaitan. Whoever abandons the way of the Shaykhs, that person is cursed. And the order is to run away from such a person. Who is giving that order? Me? The great Mujaddid Imam Ahmad Farooq Sir Hindiya Rabbani Karazasir said, the essence of all teachings and the best advice is to meet the men of Allah and to stay in their sohbat. The essence of all teachings and the best of advice is to meet the men of Allah and to stay in their sohbat. Unless you follow the way shown by these great people, there is no safety. Unless you change yourself to fit to their teachings, you cannot be happy. What I am saying is confirmed by the people of wisdom, the ulama, and by the openings of the awliya. Make no mistake. A person should look at being friends with a person who has turned even a mustard seeds from the way of the great ones as being as lethal as poison. Meaning the person should look at those people who turn away from the way of the great ones. Even if they turn away just a little bit, you must look at them as being as lethal, as deadly as poison. You should look at talking to such people as more horrifying than a snake bite. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about such people in Surah Al-Baqarah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. They have purchased misguidance in exchange for guidance. They have earned nothing in this business. They have not found the right way. Sadaqallah al-Azim. One day, a holy person saw Shaitan sitting free and happy without trying to trick anyone. And the holy person asked Shaitan why he was so relaxed. The answer was, today, evil people pretending to be people of Islam are doing my job so well, they haven't left any work for me to do. May Allah protect us from being away from the inheritors And may Allah protect us from being from the inheritors of shaitan. One of the greatest signs and tricks of these shaitans among men is that they act like they are the best people on the face of the earth. And they are filled with curses for other ones. They act like they are the best, and they're very free with their cursing and their insults. Just like shaitan, their word is, Ana khairum minhu. I am better than him. But the men of Allah, this is not their attitude. The men of Allah, they are in fear of Allah. They fear Allah because they fear that Allah will take His love away from them. The men of Allah, they are not busy with destroying and insulting and cursing. They are too busy pleasing their Lord, making sure He is not upset with him, and building and preparing the world for Mahdi alayhi salam. Mevlana Rumi Karaltasir is giving a warning to those who walk on the path of shaitan, saying, don't be bitter, my friend. You'll regret it soon. Hold to the Jamaat, or surely you'll fall apart. Don't walk away gloomy from this garden. You'll end up like an owl, living in ruins. Face the war. Face the war and be a warrior like a lion. Or you'll be like a pet tucked away in a stable. Once you conquer your ego, all your darkness will change to light. The conquest of the ego is what we have to be busy with, during Ramadan especially. The conquest of the ego is what frees us from the chains of shaitan and makes us to reach to the station of Hazrati Insan. This Dergahı is for those who want to conquer their egos. SahibulSaif's way is for those people who want to escape from the slavery of their shaitans. The Osmanli Naksibendi way is for those who want to be free from the system of Dajjal and help to bring the Sultanate of Mahdi alayhi salam. We are small, we may be weak, but with our Shaykh, we are the strongest. We can never thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enough for the blessings of our Shaykh, Shaykh Abdulkerim al-Kibrisi. He showed us the way, He brought us to Him, He rescued us from ourselves and from this dunya. He showed us how to live for Allah and how to become qurban for Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honor all those who honor Him and keep His way. As we say in our dua after the recitation of Jummah, may Allah purify his soul and illuminate his blessed grave. And may Allah anger be on those who does anything other than that. May they turn away from Allah's anger and come again to the circle of the friends. In this month of Rajab, the month of planting, we should plant the seeds of our Shaykh's sohbat in our hearts. He says, so now alhamdulillah, we reach to the time that is going to be a separation between haq and batil. It's going to be separated. Every community inside, every nation inside, every family inside, there will be separation. People with haq and people with batil. Every tariqat member inside, they are going to be separated. Don't think you're just going to get it like that and that's it. This is the last test to everyone. Dajjal is going to fool so many. Those who are standing weak with their Shaykh, Dajjal is coming with a big full power. Holy Prophet ﷺ is warning all nations. From Adam ﷺ to Muhammad ﷺ, they warned their nations. We reached. We are in it. If you don't do anything wrong and no accident in any way will reach to you, you will reach to Dajjal. You will see. So wake up, step by step, you've got to wake up. You don't understand that shaitan is playing with you. Shaitan just put the hook. You know when the fish gets hooked, and if it's a strong one, yes, so many people, you are a strong one. That's why you came around me. Meaning your ego is very strong, but you need somebody to work on it properly. Every sheikh is not going to work like this with you. They don't even have the permission. Sometimes you're asking, why are you doing this? So many other sheikhs, they're not even doing this. So you are right. They don't have the permission. I am preparing people for Mahdi alayhi salam. For Mahdi alayhi salam. Otherwise, Mahdi is saying, I don't want weak ones around me. Those ones around me, they have to be strong ones. As we said earlier, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created every individual and is giving different secrets to every individual. Either you use that secret in the way of Allah and His Prophet, and you will make it another beautiful jewel that is going to appear in the paradise, or use it in the way of shaitan and that jewel will be taken away from you and you will enter into the fire with shaitan. Choose whatever is for you. This much should be enough for you and for me. It's not how much you know. It's not how much you know. It is how much you are taking and applying to your life. You don't have to like me, but take the words. They will bring you to safety. I don't want any credit from it. All credits should be for you. Don't say to me even thank you. I don't need it. I'm not asking anything from you. I have an owner, and my owner is Allah. Finished. And I have a guide, the master of the masters, and that is our Shaykh. You are going to die by yourself. You're going to enter to your grave by yourself. The way you live, that's how you're going to die. The way you die, that's how you're going to be buried. The way you'll be buried, that's how you will rise to the judgment day. Make sure you die as a human. And you'll be buried as a human. Otherwise, the animal characteristics, meaning if you didn't change your nafs from nafsu amara to nafs al-mutma'in, then you're going to die with that animal characteristic. And you'll be raised as an animal. May Allah protect us from dying with those animal characteristics. May Allah protect us from coming to His presence as an animal. May Allah protect us from dying as the inheritors of shaitan. May Allah protect us from dying with His curse upon us. May we always be in the sohbat of His beloved ones. May we always be under the shade of our Shaykh. May the end of our life's work not be regret and disappointment. May Allah forgive us. Amen. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Lazim. La ilaha illa wa la ilaha. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبح قدوس ربنا رب إن دين عند الله الإسلام قام الصلاة اللهم صل وسلم
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا
صلى الله عليه وسلم
حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
سيدنا مولانا محمد رسول الله
Cuma namazına niyet.
Allahu Ekber.
ala nimetil İslam ve şerefli iman daimin elhamdülillah.
Alhamdulillah.
La eşhedü ve la ilahe gayrallahu ekber.
Allahu Ekber.
Allahu ekber kebira ve elhamdülillahi kesira ve subhaneke temmâsila la ilahe illallah ve allahu ate ve la şerike leh. Lehül mülk ve lehül hamdu ve huve ala kulli şeyin kadir. Subhane rabbiyel aliyyil vehhab.
Velhamdülillahi Rabbil Alemin. El-Fatiha.
Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amene Resulü bima unzile ileyhi min Rabbi vel mu'minun. Kulun amene billahi ve melaiketihi ve kütübihi ve rusulihi. La nüferriku beyne hadin min Resulü ve gâlu seminâ ve âthâ nufrâneke Rabbena ve ileykel masîr. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأطعنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله سيدنا مولانا محمد رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وآله وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم صل يا رب وسلم على جبريل الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى الكل الأجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين على أشرف العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات على أفضل العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات على أكمل العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات صلوات الله تعالى على ملائكته وأنبيائه ورسوله وسيدنا محمد وعلى آله محمد عليه السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته رضي الله تبارك وتعالى سادنا أصحاب رسول الله أجمعين وعن أصحاب الميسان المجتهدين المهدين وعلى المتقين وعلى الأنبياء الصالحين وإلى مشايخنا في تركة النقشبندية العلية قدس الله تعالى أرواحهم زكية منور الله تعالى بركة ور الله تعالى بركاتهم وفداتهم دائما والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الفاتحة. فاتحة.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله هو الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله هو الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله هو الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
إلى شرف المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم. فاتحة.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Tek şanlıyız.
Tek şanlıyız.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Walillahil hamd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Juma Mubarak. If there's anything that you want to say, feel free, inshallah. Say something that is going to give benefit to you and to others, or else keep silent. This is the month of Allah. It's better to keep silent a little bit more. Unless you are going to open your mouth to bring benefit to yourself and to others. If you're not going to bring too much benefit by being silent, you're going to bring benefit by opening your mouth, do that. Don't take the easy way out. Be intelligent. Assalamu alaikum. 100 years ago. Because of that, they just start fighting. 100 years later, they're still fighting and they're not knowing why. This is jahil, saying this is honor. What is an egg? Is a word? Is a this? Is a that? So people are fighting not for the sake of Allah, they'll fight for the sake of their ego. They're not going to have any benefit from that. They become very jahil. We should not be jahil. Holy Prophet ﷺ came to destroy ignorance. We cannot fall back into that. Ignorance, jahiliyyah, is just round the corner. It's just behind us. It's in front of us. It's everywhere. It is our enemy. And if you are not reminded where your enemy is, you'll believe that the enemy is your friend, because the enemy comes to you as a friend. Shaitan never comes to you as shaitan. Shaitan comes to you as your buddy. Your ego never asks you to disobey with bad things. It asks you to disobey with good, nice, pleasurable things. So we have to be careful in this month, especially in the month of Allah. So yes, we have to increase our tawbah this month. We have to increase saying astaghfirullah alazim wa atubu ilayh. We have to find a time every day to sit just for a few minutes, to block everything out and to say, I am making intention to enter into a seclusion. In our tradition, they say between Asr and Maghrib to sit. You cannot sit 1.5 hours. People today, they're very busy. But what's going to happen if you know that you're going to die that day? Oh, you cancel all your appointments, right? You cannot even eat. You cannot even go to the... You're just going to sit there and say, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Remembrance of death. Maybe we should remember it a little bit more and say, if I'm going to die today, and this is my last prayer, my last zikr, how am I going to be? To just remember it, there's going to be blessing. That way, the dunya's pull on you, the ego's pull on you, your ignorant pulls on you, it's not going to be so strong. Because every time you're checking, you're controlling it. Every time you're checking it. So, we see in this month the azab of Allah coming. There's a month of forgiveness, but it looks as if it's not coming. Isn't that a big sign? The month of forgiveness, that even the mushriks, they say we're not going to fight. Everyone is going to be at peace, peaceful, happy. Meaning, you know? At the time when they were not worshipping Allah, by themselves they stopped, peace came to them. 2 billion Muslims, mashallah. This whole world now. The month of Allah, instead of the month of peace, when there is no war, there is no suffering, inside and outside, you see the curse of Allah coming. Oof, if this is coming in the month of Rajab, what's going to happen in Shaban? What's going to happen in Ramadan? What's going to happen to the Safar that is going to come later? Believers, as I said months ago, what did I say? It wasn't too long ago. I said, we don't have any fear from Allah anymore. Didn't I say that? I made several sohbats like that. There's no fear from Allah anymore. People don't fear Allah. Believers don't fear Allah. Unbelievers definitely don't fear Allah. There's no fear of Allah anymore. Like Allah is in charge, anything can happen to us. No. We take it for granted. Now the whole world is in fear. Fear from something that they cannot even see. You know what this means? Do you know what this means? We're being punished with the punishment of Nimrud. We're not even being punished like Firaun. Firaun, punishment really that came to him, how it finished him, he was crossing the sea and the water covered, no? He drowned. Of course, we're talking about the water is a different water, that's different, but he drowned. But before he drowned, before he died, He wanted to say Shahadat. He's always known that, but he was stubborn. Like Shaitan. But last minute he thinks that he can just say Shahadat. And Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam was so upset. Allah gave him permission. He says, no, you are not going to get away so easy. If once you say Shahadat, then everything is going to be forgiven from you. No, you caused so much pain to the beloveds of Allah. You came all the way from the paradises, split second, and closed Firaun's mouth with the earth to stop him from saying Shahadat. Yes, sometimes Allah gives permission to other ones to punish. Do you understand? Allah doesn't have to, but sometimes He gives permission to His beloved ones to punish. We have to be careful. You can say, no, you are not Allah, but Allah may give you the power. Oh, you cannot do anything to me. But if that one is a beloved to Allah, what he says from his mouth is reaching to Allah directly. Not you, not us. So the old days, people, they fear. In the old days, even the unbelievers, they fear. If they say, oh, this is a holy man, we don't belong to the same religion, we don't believe what he believes in, but this is a holy man and he's powerful. Oh, better not say anything. Better be nice to him. You do that in normal life, right? With your work, you don't like this person, but this person is powerful, he's useful. You don't want to make any enemies, correct? You become professional. People had more intelligence back then. They are more professional. They say, this one we don't believe, but this one, he's powerful. If you're nice to him, he's nice to you, good things happen to you. If you are nasty to him, oh, something bad happens to you, oh, better not do that. That's why you see so many unbelievers going to maqams of the awliya also, especially in a land where there are many unbelievers, like in China or in the Balkans or in India or other. You see, they are kafir, but they're going and they're asking prayers in the tombs of the Sahabis, in the tombs of the awliya. They're showing that they have intelligence, you know. You cannot be having intelligence and being stubborn. The two doesn't go together. In order to be intelligent, you cannot be stubborn. In order to be intelligent, to learn something, you have to say, okay, I don't know anything. You teach me. I'm not going to say this or saying that. So these people, they were intelligent. They were not being stubborn. So Firaun, he drowned. And it wasn't until thousands of years later that Shaykh Maulana Sultan al-Awliya showed his miracle. And he showed it with our Shaykh, to our Shaykh. They were visiting a museum, and there was his body. And everyone is coming around and everyone is going. They're not watching their Shaykh. They're not trying to understand. They're just being robots or being whatever. They're going. Shaykh Maulana then saying to Shaykh Efendi, stay. Just the two of them, a couple of people. He went up to the dead, shrunken mummy, and he's saying, say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. And that mummy started to move the mouth, repeating this shahadat. There's still the body. Today's people, they don't even have bodies anymore. How? Now the saints, even if they have the power, how are they going to intercede? There's no body to say shahadat. They burn all their bodies. You understand? Before they got burnt in the grave and Akhirat, they already burnt in this land. Finished. Punishment upon punishment. But man is still ignorant, is still not waking up. So we got now the punishment of Nimrud, not of Firaun. That Nimrud, his whole army was destroyed by mosquitoes. That the whole body just burned, just like that. And those mosquitoes came from Jahannam. Just like the birds of Ababil who came carrying the stones from Jahannam, and it dropped onto the people who was trying to destroy the Kaaba. So now, no one is fearing. Allah put a fear instantaneous like that. Not something, not a big tsunami, nothing. Not one big monster coming. Not one big fire. And all these it's sending, but mankind don't care. Correct? All the earthquakes, what more are we going to see? Everything is happening, everything is saying, wake up, face your Lord, turn your heart to your Lord. Not okay. Now you become so stubborn that we're going to send something that is invisible. But everyone is going to be scared. How many you think are now turning to Allah? Quite a few. It's still a blessing. Maybe. So now we've come to that station. We are like Nemrud. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, if it's between Firaun and Nemrud, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is preferring Firaun than Nemrud. Nemrud is very cruel. And Nemrud is very stubborn. And Nemrud is very arrogant. At least Firaun was taking care of his own people. Look, Allah is not even mentioning Nemrud in the Quran. But Allah is saying Firaun, Firaun, Firaun. For Nemrud, he's just saying that one. Not even caring to give that one a name. It's just that one. Today's people, they are living and they're dying without a name. That one. Just like that. Is Allah punishing us? We're doing it to ourselves. It's not Allah's punishment yet. Wait to see when Allah's punishment is going to come. As believers, yes, fill up these days and nights. Have a little bit more fear to Allah. So we became Namruds, and Allah sent the punishment of Namrud. That Namrud's end came with one mosquito that entered through his nose and make him to go crazy. This is nothing yet. Disease is not making people to go crazy like that. But it will come. When people are going to go crazy with the disease, they're going to kill themselves. Run to your sajda. Run to your prayers. Run to your wudu. Run to your Shaykh. Run to Allah and His Prophet. Don't run to this dunya. If you have no business with the dunya, don't go running around. Stay, be quiet, be easy. Do you understand? Even if this whole world will be in the flood of fire, maybe because we have good thoughts about the awliya Allah and we're trying to keep simple, we will be like that old woman who survived the flood of Nuh by herself, and all she saw from the flood was some mud on her cow's body. Yes, it happens too. May Allah forgive us, inshallah. May Allah protect us. May we become better ones, inshallah rahman. Wa min Allahi tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, what else we have? Any questions?
About the ego. Ego will be separated in Jannah from the people, also become these people to Jannah. Nafs amara, nafs.
Yes. It'll be separated. It'll be separated, depending on your station also. For those who are Smack is enough, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.